If you want to be the best you can be for the Lord, you have to avoid sin when you know it's sin before you commit it. I want to talk to you about it in your morning cup of inspiration. I think many of us have done it. I know I have. We've known something was wrong, but we went ahead and did it anyway. And I know in my own life, I always paid a price. There's a price to be paid for sin. And if you don't believe me, read in your Bible in 2 Samuel in the 11th and the 12th chapter. You'll read about King David, who God described as a man after his own heart. He was a great leader. God blessed him in so many ways. But then he fell. He sinned with Bathsheba. And not only did he lay with her, but she was married to Uriah the Hittite, and he had her husband sent to the front lines of battle because he was a soldier, and Uriah was killed. And David then took Bathsheba as his wife, and he thought he'd gotten away with it, but then he was confronted. In chapter 12 of 2 Samuel, it says, "And the Lord sent Nathan unto David. And Nathan told him a parable about a rich man who had all kinds of flocks and sheep and cattle, and then a poor man who only had one little lamb. And he said this rich man took that poor man's little lamb and killed it and fed it, prepared it for a feast when he had a visitor. And David said, that man, that's terrible. That man should die, and he should pay fourfold for everything he did." And Nathan looked at David down in verse 7 of 2 Samuel chapter 12. It says, Nathan said to David, "Thou art that man." And David repented. He knew he'd sinned, and he asked the Lord to forgive him. And the Lord did. But that child that Bathsheba bare after David laid with her, that child died, even though David prayed and prayed for her. And then David's other children later on, he had so many problems with. We know about Absalom and the evil that entered his heart, and he was chasing after David to actually kill him, and he was hung, caught in a tree by his long hair. So David suffered a lot of anguish because of his sin. In Numbers chapter 32, verse 23, reading from the King James Version, it says, "But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out." We need to think about that. If you're doing something and you know it's wrong and you think you're doing it in secret, it will find you out. It will come to light. So every day we have to say, God, give me the strength. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That's my prayer every day. That's my prayer for you. And I hope this inspires you to live the life that the Lord wants you to live and to stay away from sin whenever it is possible. God bless you, and I'll see you soon for another morning cup of inspiration.